Hello. Just on the off chance that somebody may be with me, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. Actually, what I really mean is, just on the off chance that nobody's with me, I'm going to make a cup of tea because I may as well do whilst I wait for somebody to turn up. If somebody turns up, I don't expect anyone to. Somebody has done. Goodness, who? Oh, it's Simone. Hello, Simone. Nice to see you. It feels like ages since I've spoke to Simone. And when I say, oh, get your tea bag in the bloody cup, do you know what I almost did then? I almost poured the boiling hot water into the tub of tea bags, which would be a mistake because that would be an exceedingly strong cup of tea due to the amount of tea bags that are in there. Excuse my voice. You know, one day it'll get fixed and I'll be able to speak properly and fluently and articulately like I so wish I could. Hello and welcome to Mustard's live stream. Prepared the area, of course, with enough junk in the background to distract you from my stupid face. It's not always stupid, but I do try to have it stupid. And now, the other day, I did a little video explaining what this area was going to be all about. And I went and put it on the wrong bloody channel. I meant to put it on this one. But I also meant it to be members only on the other channel. So I'm not sure which mistake I've actually made. We can safely say one or two, because either way, it was wrong. Wrong by the fact that I wasn't using my microphone because it was at home, and wrong because it was either on the wrong channel or, you know, just public. But you go so far in something and you think, balls, I don't care. I'm just going to leave it as it is because nobody else is really going to be that bothered either. Lesson worthwhile learning. Not worry about what people think about you, because the chances are they're not thinking about you anyway. So really, why should you worry about it? Now, I think I shall just pop back over there, finish my cup of tea, and then I can sit down and see who's here, have a chat with you, and you know, if you've got any jokes or stupid questions you'd like to throw my way, I'd be all happy for that kind of thing to happen. Whoa! It feels quite cozy in here today because I've got the door closed. I've got the door closed because I've got the diesel heater on, pumping away a nice, satisfactory, small amount of hot air. Let's leave that there. If I was professional in this kind of thing, I would have prepared the cup of tea earlier. But if you know what I'm like, one cup of tea is only going to last 15 minutes. So I'm going to need another one. Hopefully, I'll have just the right distance between you and me whilst I sit down on here to be able to read comments with my reading glasses on, because obviously I don't want to ignore comments. I want to read them. It's all part of being a live stream, isn't it? How lovely it would be to just set up the camera and just waffle on, and people like me so much that they'll just listen to any old crap that I don't really need to do that. But that's not how it works. So it's been quite a while since I've done one of these, and so I wasn't exactly in practice to start with. It's never really been something that I've been that good at, I would say. So let's see who is here beyond Simone, if Simone is still here, that is. And we have Dinosaur Dad, all the way from Australia, where it's night time currently, and probably a lot warmer than it is here still. Look. Even with a heater on, it's on the wrong side of the room, isn't it? It's on the wrong side of the room with all sorts of gaps everywhere to make sure that that heat goes safely back outside. Anyway, thank you very much. Hello there, 1246 in Australia. And, oh, Pie Not Pie. I do like that name. So let's get back to the tradition of awarding points for names, because Pie Not Pie is really rather good, actually. I like that one. I'm going to give you a solid 7.5 out of 10 for that name. So give yourself a pat on the back if you can reach. Good to see you again. Thank you very much, Simone. It is very, very good to see you. I don't feel like I'm losing touch with people so much, but I know many of you prefer live streams to videos, because they just present a video and then you see what I do, and I can polish it and get rid of all the mistakes, and then I watch it back afterwards and realise I've left quite a few mistakes in there. I certainly did that with the one yesterday. Bad boy, bad. You should spend more time editing. That's what I'm telling myself. It's no good just spending 3 hours on a bloody film. You need to spend 4. That's how I end up feeling anyway. I know it's not really actually true. Love this slime line mustard. Slime line? Love the slime line. What's the slime line? Have I got something behind me that's the slime line? Are we referring to the shark? I've given that shark a name, by the way. I've decided it could be called Lenny, or Lenin. And the next car I get, I'm going to call that Lenny as well. Maybe every subsequent car should be called Lenny, just to save me the hassle of thinking up daft names. Liked, yes, thank you very much. And unlike the live streams of the past, when I ask for 27 likes, I can have myself a beer. I can't do that because I'm at work. Although I do have still beer in the fridge. I've had beer in the fridge, the same beers, for about 2 years now, and I presume that it's not really going to be any good. But the reason it's still in the fridge is because it wasn't very good in the first place, and so there was not really much of a desire to drink it. Not that I would do at work. Why are they in the fridge at work? Oh, I know. I went to my mate Kev's house, and thinking ahead and being sensible and knowing that we were going to be staying up all night chatting bollocks, I thought it'd be a good idea to try and not get too pissed early on, and so have some session beers at like 2.6%. The kind of beer that it doesn't do anything for you besides make you go for wee-wee. But you get really bored of them. That's the trouble. I love Planet Greenwood. Hello. Yes, I thank you very much. My moderator, Greenwood, is here as well. Thank you very much for being here. Although this is nowhere near the kind of task that you have to take on when you do a Boaties live stream, because his live streams have just gone bonkers recently. Good chap. I mean, good on him for actually pulling it together, but sticking with it every single day for, 3 years he's been doing live streams every day. He must be knackered. I mean, he doesn't get anything else done. Oh, maybe it's actually very good with organising time, whereas I am not. Good, thanks. Still got a kid in the high school. Back tomorrow at year 11. Yes, well, I have to deal with that myself these days, of course, which I'm sure you all know about, which is a most frustrating task. It should be really, really good, should be rewarding. But if I'm honest, it's just annoying. It's just annoying because I don't get time to go to work. In fact, that was something I was going to mention in my video, that the next one, and I still will do, so I'm not going to spoil it too much, but that Friday feeling. On Friday, my wife came home from work, and I asked her, do you still get that Friday feeling? And she said, yeah. And I said, so do I, because I can go to work now. Unusual take on it, isn't it? Oh, Peter P is here. Peter P 84. It's like, I'm not sure if it's Batman or just a cat. Could be either, couldn't it, really? Oh, good. Oh, right, okay. Hooked on classics. It's smooth. I've got a joke. I've got a joke, but it's a bit iffy. Well, iffy is in it's probably not suitable for this time of day, or iffy is in it's not any good. I do like bad jokes as well, remember. You know, the worse the better. That's my philosophy on jokes. You know, it's a bad joke is better than no joke. That's how I see it. I'll take that. Oh, yes. Okay. What, 7.5 out of 10? Any other names? But actually, I normally do marks out of 10 for usernames for new people that come in, which you're more likely to have whilst doing the vertical live stream. And although, but I think actually the vertical live stream looks better because most people are going to be viewing it on a mobile phone or a similar kind of device rather than a computer screen. I love live, says Dino Dad. Shame about the times. Well, possibly, although I am not responsible for your journey to Australia from Scotland. Just think if you was in Scotland now, you'd be thinking about the longer days, thinking about possibly snowing next week, thinking about having cold hands. You know what you're missing. But you do know what you're missing. Thinking about the constantly runny nose because of the cold. I don't know. I mean, do you really prefer it there, or do you prefer it here? I think that if you emigrate and then you come back to your home country, then it must be because you wish you hadn't gone in the first place. Emma Lemon is here. Hello, Emma Lemon. Hello, I'm at death's door with illness, and Mustard is the first human I've seen since walking. Wow, how ill can you really be? I'm very, very sorry to hear that, Emma. Death's door. Love the slim look. That's what I meant. Typing on the phone, the slim look. Are you in reference to me not really being quite as big as I used to be? I was never a fat man. And you can't tell when I've got this jacket on. I've got to have this jacket on because I'm cold. It's cold here. A jacket like this makes everyone look the same shape. Excuse me. Yeah. Ugh. Now what? Ow. I'm not promising I'm staying here for long because it is a Sunday. And of course, Sundays are home days. Days where you go home and cook and go to the shop before it closes. Days where you spend your time with the family, trying to stop them from bickering. Days where you kick back and lounge around and let somebody else do the work for you. No. But it won't be a long one for exactly that. Hi Emma, hi. Lots of hugs for Emma, of course. A cozy little Sunday Avro gang in here. Cozy Arvo gang. What's an Arvo gang? Now, Jim Bob the Third. Have you turned into? Have you turned into a lesbian? Afternoon all. Well, if you're asking me that question, the answer is no. I often wonder though, if I was a lady, would I be a lesbian because I like women? Should I be answering this question? Or I don't know. Don't send me down such thoughts. You'll get me into trouble, Jimbo the Third. Yes, Emma's eviction video is very, very sad, and I watched that and just found myself thinking, what can I say here? What can I say that just doesn't? Because I worry when it comes to videos with bad news that when you comment, everything you comment is just kind of worthless, and it just makes me feel really, really, really rather awkward, and I'm good at feeling awkward anyway. I'd be fucking freezing. Is it okay for you to swear, but not me? Can I say the word fuck? Fucking freezing. I'm fucking freezing. You'd be fucking freezing if you was here. It's a fucking freezing place. Even with a fucking diesel fucking heater on, it's still fucking freezing. Is that enough for you? I hope not. I'm not going to do any more. That's enough for that kind of stuff. Wait. Oh gosh. Ah, right. I see, Emma. Yeah, you're talking about waking, not walking. Now it makes sense. I'm glad you cleared that up. Ali Mack is here. Ali Mack. Ali Mack. Still in Scotland. He hasn't emigrated to Australia because it's too bloody cold. No, he gets his big grubby fingers and starts working on cars. Don't you, Ali Mack? And I bet you enjoy it. I bet. In true Scottish tradition, the colder the better. Oh, I've got some work to do on the car today. Is it cold enough? Yeah, it is. I wish it was a bit colder, I do. That's not a Scottish accent. That's just one of my things where I just can't speak properly, so I just do it like that instead. There's a queen for that. Still, he could have accidentally added an N instead of an L. Oh, right, I see. Did I read it wrong or did you write it wrong? Oh, incorrectly. Did I read it incorrectly or did you write it incorrectly? Well, it's too far away now to find out, I reckon. How's it going? Asks Ali Mack. Well, I could tell you. After all of the organising of parts that I've done over the past 6 weeks, I'm still nowhere near where I need to be. And for a while, I've been thinking how cool it would be to just have a little area set up where I can do live streams at work. I mean, I normally just put my tripod on the bench, which in some ways is great because I can stand up, I can express a bit of energy, whereas sitting down often I don't. You sit down, sit back, what happens there? You just end up feeling cold and you do this. Welcome to my live stream. Have you got any questions? Ask them. I'll wait here till you've got some questions. I'm not in a rush, you know. That kind of thing. I wouldn't watch that, would you? You probably would. Hello. Everybody says hello to each other, of course. That's what you tend to do. That's what live streams are all about. Let's find a live stream to say hello to each other in. If you're that freezing, you should have worn your tracksuit bottoms. Now, Emma, what makes you think I own a pair of tracksuit bottoms? I do have these sort of comfortable pants that, they're horrible for when I'm working on a car. They're kind of, as Boaty said, it looks like I'm wearing pajamas. And now, he's never had any need to be wearing something that's just comfortable that you're not restricted in, because he doesn't do that kind of thing. And I wish I didn't either. And then you can find yourself just getting stuck wearing those kind of things because they're more comfortable than jeans. You put jeans back on and suddenly you feel restricted and you're always having to pull them back up because, unless you're wearing a belt. And if you're wearing a belt, you don't wear a belt to fix a car. You don't wear a belt to wash a car. Although I'm sure that some people do, but I wouldn't do because I'd be very, very uncomfortable. If you're referring to those, then they wouldn't really make any difference because they're not going to make me any warm, are they? The heater makes me warmer, but it's over there. I should possibly have made sure it was over here instead, but I wanted the exhaust to go out of the gap in the door, and I couldn't really do that here unless I drilled a hole in this metal wall there, which probably would have been made more sense actually, come to think of it. These are not my prescription reading glasses, and that's why what? No, I don't know. No, Australia really is the best place for me anyway. We'll come back for holidays to see depressed family, grim skies and rusty cars. So you're Audi from the 90s. What year is that? So that's 30 years old, that, isn't it? I presume. Mind you, at the time, of course, Audi did protect their cars from rust properly, didn't they? It's only when we got to about the 2000 we thought, nah, who cares about a bit of rust? It's going to be chucked away in 15 years anyway. Let's make sure we put these little foam bits around the wings so that they can soak up dirt and moisture. And then all of the acid in the soil can eat through the protective layer and then rust out. That's what they decided. But there was a time where they galvanized everything and they didn't go wrong anyway. So I'm presuming that your car doesn't have any of those issues at all. Oh, something's gone missing there. No, it hasn't. I haven't put all comments on either. I know I should do that. But I'd struggle to keep up. Yeah, the cold doesn't bother me. It's the rain that does, says Ali Mac. Yeah, I am with you on that. I've mentioned this before, that once you get moving, cold's fine. You get your core temperature up and then it goes out to the extremities and suddenly a few years back, I remember having this car here. It was a Kia or something like that. Or was it Hyundai Getz, that's what it was. That I bought off a friend whose daughter had managed to crash it somewhat. But it was a complete shed and it wasn't anywhere near worthwhile mending. But somebody wanted the engine and I took the engine out in the snow around the back there. It was on the back of my recovery truck and being down to my t-shirt whilst in the snow. It was brilliant. And not just my t-shirt. I did have other things on as well, like shoes. Don't forget that. Steve Kulg is here. Hello, Steve Kulg. I was going to go to the boating meetup, but I have a bad hand. Can't drive. Oh, is the boating meetup today? Yes, he was talking about that last night, wasn't he? Well, we can presume that some of these people that may have filtered onto my live stream won't be here because of that. But that's fine. I'm not greedy for the numbers. I would be if they turned into subscribers like they used to do. But the trouble is, when I was doing these live streams a couple of years back in the kitchen, and I was getting some big numbers, because the vertical live stream thing allows people from all over the world to just pop in, who you don't know, to come and try and give you some abuse that doesn't work. Often they end up subscribing, but then they watch one of your videos, they're not interested in that, so they unsubscribe. So I gathered up a whole load of subscribers that have, even when I'm posting videos that are doing quite well, it's just drip every day. How many subscribers have you lost today? Oh, only 2. That's not too bad then, is it? Anyway, sorry about your hand, Steve Kulg, and nice to have you here. Pie Not Pie, my children have just asked me what I'm watching. They asked, why is that man swearing? I'm swearing because it's Sunday. That's the answer. It's Sunday, and it's worthwhile considering that you're allowed to swear. They're only words. I used to try not to swear, but I don't really swear very often. But I do find swearing funny when you don't swear. Swearing isn't funny when you do it all the time, I think. Are we going to cook something? Asks Peter P. Yes, I am, but obviously not here. I'll do some cooking when I get home. But what should I cook? What should I cook? And I hope some of you aren't too put off by the cooking videos where I don't really explain myself very well. It's just a platform just to talk nonsense, really. And I get along quite well with that. And I get along a bit better these days with... I'm not the kind of person that wants an audience. I like to do videos by myself. This morning I've been doing some video in here and the yard's been empty. Nobody here. Just how I like it. That means I can project and talk as loudly as I like and be animated, where when the man next door is being the man next door, I tend to be a bit quiet, and I think that's pointless. But I'm getting used to it around my girls. I shouldn't be shy in front of my own children, should I? But for some reason, even I'm with that. I did scroll back and check, and you did indeed read it wrong, says M11. Typical. I'm sorry. I am useless. I mean, the thing is, you just read stuff, you don't read it properly. I do it with writing as well. I write things out, and then so many times on Facebook I've written something, and hours later when someone's commented, I think, oh, hang on, I've missed a word out there, or I've used the wrong word, or I've spelt something incorrectly, and I'm dreadfully embarrassed by it. Dreadfully. I should proofread everything I do, and then I won't feel so embarrassed in future. Too much walking, yes. Ali Mac says, I did watch the video. Lol. What video? Hang on, which was this now? I can't remember if I commented. I don't always comment. You know that's how I like. I know. You know what I'm like. I do know what you're like. I do. Not everyone comments. Be nice if you did. Be nice if I replied to more comments, but I don't get around to them. In future, everybody leave a comment, just one word, just saying bollocks or something like that, and see how many likes you get. Because any kind of constructive criticism, that means that anyone who doesn't like it has got to read it and think about it. Whereas if you just write bollocks, everyone's going to agree with you. It's so much easier. I want to go to the garage soon, says Simone. And are you going to do some work on your motor? Or are we talking about a different kind of garage? So will you drink beer on your new food lifestyle, asks Dinosaur Dad. Well, there's a good question, actually, because I should be not doing, shouldn't I? What's the point in making an effort to spend 24 hours fasting practically every day and then drinking beer in the evening? Well, there is still a point to it, because I still get this recovery time, and I'm still doing something useful by not having breakfast, etc. But then spoiling it in the evenings by having a few beers. But I'm trying not to drink too many. But the trouble is, I just love the stuff. But then I love food, but I can easily go without food all day. But nighttime, no. I've got a solution to this anyway, which I will explain at some point, which I've been trying out as an alternative to beer. It's quite a good one. It's quite a good one. And I've tried it a few times over the past week. It's satisfactory, but I'll explain that once I'm a bit more committed to doing it and proving to myself that I'm happy doing exactly that. So I'm sorry for being evasive, but that's what I'm like. Yeah. Get Sheba to do her own bottle, Steve. Yay, I've twisted my thumb. Pendulous snaky, says Peter P. I wonder what that was all about. I wonder what those are all about as well. Planet Greenwood and the mysterious removing comments. When you remove other people's comments, I can understand why, but your own, you should be more in control. I can't even play golf on Xbox. I'm gutted. Can you play golf for real, though? Could you do one-handed golf? Let's hope it's all going well with Boaty and his meetup, says Ali Mac. Yes, let's hope. Let's hope that. Although it's going to be cold for him, isn't it? And he doesn't do the cold very well at all. Boaty's having steak. Is he? He's having a steak. I wouldn't mind a steak myself now, actually. But I'm not going to be having one because I haven't got any. I don't really buy steak. It's too expensive. Expensive. Just for a piece of meat. Excuse me. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Come on, glasses. Stay in place. I wanted to meet Stu and Barry, says Steekle. Emma says he's only having the steak so he doesn't have to ask them to cook it in boiling the bag beans again. In the boiling the bag beans again. I've read that 3 times now. I still don't understand it. Let's read it again, shall we? Let's read it again. Emma saying he's only having steak so he doesn't have to ask them to cook his boil in the bag beans again. What beans? What do you mean boiling the bag beans? Oh, I know what this is probably about, actually, because he's said this before, that when you go to many of these modern restaurants where they don't really have a chef as such, they just have a bunch of cooks, most of the meals that they provide they just take out the freezer and boil them in the bag. Which, yeah, you may as well just go to McDonald's, aren't you? At least you know it's going to be reasonably warm then. Guilty of a few YouTube guilty of a few YouTube sensations. Shepherd's Lodge, Jim Dog Hamper to name but a few, says Dino Dad. Lovely, lovely that is. That was one of the funniest things Boaty's ever done. Taking his own microwave to the... righty, I see. Taking his own microwave in the bag green beans to do the dining establishment. I'm glad we can make this live stream all about boats. Might as well do. Susie Sunshine. Hello, everyone. Susie Sunshine, the poor MGTF, same name as that. No, Susie Sunshine. I suppose if you're called Susie and you have a positive disposition, why not call yourself Susie Sunshine? Indeed. Hello. Gimp Dog Hamper, that's actually behind Mustard right now. Oh, yeah. Look, have you spotted that the dog called William is not only on the phone still, but is now wearing some shades. But they're not very well fitting, are they? I mean, he's got a massive head. Look at the size of his head. Those sunglasses fit on me perfectly well, but not on there. But I couldn't fit on there because I'm too gangly. Dogs are way out of proportion. Love the dog. Well, thank you, Susie Sunshine. Open it. Open what? Open it. Open it. Open it. Shut it. Shut it. Shut it. Says, right. Sometimes I have to say something to say sometimes not. Bollocks, says Simone. Good. Well done. Bollocks. You could have put an exclamation mark on the end of there to actually really make those capital letters stand out. Terry Saunder 8855. New to this channel, want to say hi, and you're welcome to say hi, Terry Saunders, and thank you very much for popping in. If you're still here, thank you all who have made me welcome. Say Susie Sunshine. Now, Susie Sunshine, I'm not sure if you're new to the channel, but are you in Britain? Because I think with a name like that, it probably is unlikely. You should say that in your videos. If you've enjoyed this video, please write bollocks in the comments. Well, that would give me a false sense of security, wouldn't it? If you enjoyed this, write bollocks in the comments. No, I'm just going to... You know what live streams are like for creating in-jokes. I'm going to have some comments on my videos from people that normally wouldn't write comments. And it'll all help. It'll all help, won't it? All help. It doesn't matter what you write. It's still a comment. It's still recognized by YouTube's algorithm as an engagement. So bollocks away. I like beer, says Ali Mac. Well, yes, you do. Have we got any new, really good beers that have just come about that you've only just tried that you can recommend for me to wish I could have one of? Then you're welcome to do that as well, because I like to fantasize about drinking beer. Heimbach, 1966. Mustard, the UK is brown. Well, it's brown and it's green and it's grey up there. It's all kind of colours, really, isn't it? I suppose. I'm not a moderator on here. Steo is really confused that you know I'm naked. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mean, Emma, we know you're naked. We know you're in the bath. We know you're having a poo, because that's your life, isn't it? Pooing, having a bath, doing another poo, having a bath, telling everyone that that's what you're doing. Congratulations. Psyche. I've just finished washing up from Sunday lunch, says Susie Sunshine, which I cooked. I did have a dryer upper. Oh, a dryer upper. I thought you meant like as in like for drying clothes, and a dryer upper. I removed my comments because I don't like my own typos and bad grammar, says Planet Greenwood. And we are on the same page with this. And that's quite possibly one of the reasons why I feel ever so slightly vulnerable doing live streams, because you can't take away your mistakes. You know, you just put it out there, unless you just instantly delete your video, because it goes from a live stream to being a video that anyone in the wrong mind could sit and watch all the way through. But yeah, I know exactly why you did it, really, even though I didn't get to read what it was. Did you just draw your curtain? Oh, did you just draw your curtains, Emma? I was going to draw them, but I couldn't find a pencil. Oh, hang it. Right. Oh, bollocks, says Susie Sunshine. Bollocks is the word. Can we see the Lego man? Yes, the Lego men of Mustard and Boaty. Yes, you can. They are actually right here. There's good likeness of certainly me, isn't it? Because I've got the yellow top like that. Although my hair isn't quite as grey as it appears there, and my beard's not as tidy, and also my face isn't quite as round as that. As for Boaty, he looks incredibly angry, which he does sometimes when he's got nothing to be angry about. So that works. The idea of leaving that on there is that I thought it could be seen from the in the live stream. No, you can't. Can you move back there? You can just about see it there. Should leave it there. Or for this particular live stream, which I will be finishing in 10 minutes, and I've put it there. Stay there, waistcoat. I've got this waistcoat here that Steve brought around. Remember, I was doing Big in the 90s with Steve, and every time he'd come around, he'd bring some item of clothing for us to dress up in. Weird. But I'm left with all the clothing. There's a new one. There's a new one from me, actually. Zukoshire. Who's that little old man? How old do people really think I am? Because I look at myself and think, I don't look that old, really. If I take the glasses off, I don't look as old. I think for my age, I'm actually doing all right. So, well done me. Well done me. I know plenty of people who are older than me that look younger than me. No, the other way around. Plenty of people that are younger than me that look older than me. I'm not going to tell you who they are, though, because I can't think of the names. He seriously did that. He went for lunch to a fine dining establishment, but refused to eat any of the vegetables and asked if he could asked the cook if he could stick the beans in his he brought from home into the microwave. Ah, yes. That does sound exactly the kind of thing he would do. Ross wants you to reopen the picnic hamper behind you. Wants you to open the picnic hamper behind you. Well, I would do, but the dog's on it, and I've got to remove the dog and the hat and the picture of Nigel and the sunglasses and everything. And the picnic hamper isn't really that exciting. I'll do it another time, maybe. Maybe I'll do a feature. Maybe I'll do a video about the picnic hamper. I will quite possibly end up using it at some point. It belongs in the MG, doesn't it? That's really it. Greenwood suggested to me before that I should change the background every time. There should always be something changing, which I will endeavour to do because I like that idea. But I don't want to remove things that I really like and replace them with things I really don't like. But then I've got enough stuff in here that I could probably do that with, so I'm going to give it a go. But not today. Open the hamper under the big dog on the phone. I know, but it's. All right then, okay. Well, I'll just do it, eh? Should I just do it? You mess up my set. Remove the pickup. He's gone for a bath. Remove the hat. Oh, there's two hats as well, because there's another hat there, which was residing on the bonce of the Higgle Piggle. Come on. Oh, I've got it upside down. Could this be the point where when somebody was last round here, they snuck something in there thinking I'd discover it, and I haven't opened it, so I don't know anything about it? God, there's a snake in there! No, no, come on, dog. You go over there. How about there? No. Why are we so interested to see this? Look at all this messing about you're making me do, eh? There we go. It's a lovely picnic hamper, I'm sure you'll agree. With the... No, they are glass. All nicely strapped together with a blanket inside as well. And not a lot of room for the kind of food that I normally would have eaten. A picnic hamper for me would have been more, you know, in the past traditionally just a box that I could put loads of sandwiches in, not really glasses and things like this. But it's all a rather sophisticated thing, really. Yes, I shall do an eccentric boaty style picnic this summer, probably alone. It's funnier doing it alone, I think, rather than doing it with somebody. Look forward to that, I shall. Now, let me pull this back together again. I've got a copper pipe up there. The dog doesn't want the dog's looking at me like in a really sad way. Saying, don't put that hat back on. So try this one instead, okay? There we go. He's got to finish his phone call off, so that's important. Look after my picture. I hope that was worth it. Bend down, bend down. There we go. There we go. And put the hat back. There we go. You'd never know that it's been messed about with. I do hope that was satisfactory for you. Now, where was we up to? Oh, I see. From the UK, just a positive person, not an old banger. An old banger. Captain Bollocks does have a certain ring to it. It does have a certain ring to it, you're absolutely right. Who removed Mustard's wife's comment? No, that is a message retracted, actually. I've got a beer here that not made it too cold to get fermented, so I'm waiting for it to warm up a bit. It's a golden ale. It should be a good brew, hopefully around 6.5. That's where beer should be. Before that, it's not that fantastic, is it? It's just a bit... you need too many of them to make it worthwhile. There should be a Lego man. There should be a Lego man of a Lego man. Probably, yeah, I think you're right, actually. I really miss Big in the 90s. I miss it too, although I don't miss the amount of time it took me to edit those videos, because it literally was sort of 5 hours worth, going way into the morning, and it was, although the views weren't too bad, but we just weren't really getting enough to warrant keeping it going. You're my favorite lesbian streamer, says at Get96. That guy from SETI Alpha 5 is here as well. Hello, Captain. How are you? Hello, Barry. Hello, Barry. Your age 51, says Susie Sunshine. Nope, I'm a bit older than that. Hello, old friends. Big snowstorm here. There isn't one here, but they've been promising snow for such a long time. when it gets here, we'll all be rather excited by it and then instantly bored by the inconvenience of it. I told my shopkeeper my age the other day on my birthday, and she said, "Wow, I thought you were 10 years younger." Yeah, dismantling. That was quite a. It took me ages to get that back right. I didn't really do it. It took me a couple of minutes. It was not really much of an inconvenience at all, I don't think. Why is this nerve-wracking? I'm scared about what's going to be inside the hamper. I was, just for a second. Yeah, I really was. I'm sorry to just skip a load of... Oh, I have a wicker hamper. Glasses are in the eyes. Oh, where the glasses gone? Ah, I've lost the glasses. Oh, there they are. There they are. I think we can assume that the dog doesn't want to wear these glasses. So I shall... Oh, what about the sharks eating the glasses? There we go. Yep. Yep. Nope. Nope. That's not going to work. Just put them there for the moment. As I promised, I don't really want to be doing too long because I've got to go home and do other various things. So I'm going to wrap this up now and do some buggering off. I'll just see if I can catch up, see if there's anything else worthwhile. I don't mean none of your comments are worthwhile. I didn't mean that at all. I mean, is there anything really important that I should read out? There was a ceremonial handover. There was indeed, Peter. Oh no, I don't want the tank gear, Emma. No, thank you. The dog has a judgy face going on now. Are you planning on gifting doings? Are you planning on gifting doings? I don't know. Right, bollocks to it. Bollocks. Oh, bollocks, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Stephen S. Paul's there as well now as well. And I've caught up anyway. Stay fit and healthy, says Dinosaur Dad. Thank you very much. Gifting memberships. Mark the Vicar's here as well. I'd have to look into how you do that. It's not something I know really anything about. By bollock, says Emma. But you know, if I end up doing more live streams again, then yeah, I should figure that one out. But I can't promise anything. But I would ideally like to get into doing a live stream, maybe once a week, but just a sort of half an hour that turns into 48 minutes long. I don't want to overdo it. I'm not going to promise anything like that. Okay, so thank you very, very much for joining me on this crap, pointless waste of your time. And I'll see you again, hopefully, in one of my videos. So, bye-bye for now, and thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, yes.